Say, man, hey, man, it looks like we finally about to get Edwin De Los Santos and Frank Martin back in the ring, and they about to be fighting each other. Let's talk about where we got this news from, who put this news out. Let's cook on this, because this is one I've been wanting to see for quite some time now. Before we cook on this, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's cook. So it looks like finally we about to get Edwin De Los Santos back in the ring after a 17-month layoff. Ain't nobody want no smoke with Edwin De Los Santos ever since they seen him go in there and give Shakur Stevenson the toughest fight he's had so far in his career. Now, we know that Shakur was injured. He fought with one hand, but ever since Shakur was telling everybody, look, yeah, I was injured, but De Los Santos is really like that. You know what I'm saying? He really wanted them ones. Then we heard Richardson Hitchens tell the whole world that De Los Santos was really one of them ones. And everybody that's been in the ring with De Los Santos say that he really, really liked that. He gave Rayo his first loss and knocked him clean out. So Edwin De Los Santos was a force to be reckoned with, and the whole boxing world know that's why he ain't been able to get no smoke come his way. Now, Frank Martin, the last time we seen him in the ring, we know, was last June when we seen him get just obliterated by Gervonta Davis. He got knocked out cold. And both of them been out of the ring since then. But I've been wanting to see them fight each other. And today, Samson Lugowich, he came out, did an interview, and he said that Edwin De Los Santos will be back in May versus Frank Martin. This is a fight I've been wanting for a long time, because I remember when Frank Martin was supposed to fight Shakur Stevenson, and he pulled out talking about he wanted a little extra oomph, and they wouldn't give him a little extra oomph. Edwin De Los Santos was the next man up. And Edwin De Los Santos, he took that fight and he said, y'all don't got to give me an extra oomph. I'm willing and I'm ready. And so we know what went down in that fight. Shakur beat him by unanimous decision in one of the most boring fights that we've seen in a while, right? But with all that being said, I remember telling people when Shakur and Edwin De Los Santos was announced that I liked that fight better than Frank Martin. I was telling everybody that Edwin De Los Santos was a better fighter than Frank Martin. I was telling everybody back then, if Edwin De Los Santos and Frank Martin fought, Edwin De Los Santos would win that fight, for sure. Now, we finally gonna get to see if what I was saying comes out to be true. Because I think that Edwin De Los Santos is a better fighter than Frank Martin, right? But the only thing is Edwin gonna be the same fighter that he was the last time we seen him in the ring? He been out 17 months. By the time that he gets in the ring, he'll be out damn near 20 months. He'll be out of the ring damn near 20 months, right? So that's a long time to be out of the ring inactive. It all depends on how he take care of himself outside of the ring. Does he blow up in weight? Is he not in the gym training all the time? That's what's going to tell us if he the same fighter or not. And we're going to be able to see it. Because if he's not the same fighter, look for him to lose against Frank Martin, because Frank Martin ain't no pushover. Frank Martin is a hell of a fighter himself. And he also been out of the ring almost a year. It ain't quite been a year for Frank Martin yet, but come June, it'll be a year. So when he fight in May, if this fight does go down, because a lot of news come out in boxing, even though this coming from the man that actually does all of the business for Edwin De Los Santos, Samson, right? Even though it's coming from Samson, a lot of news come out in boxing and it never comes to fruition. So let's hope that this news comes to fruition. But when this fight happens in May, if it takes place in May, Frank Martin will be out of the ring like 11 months. So they'll both be on long layoffs, but Edwin De Los Santos will be almost on double the layoff of Frank Martin. So it just depends who been taking care of themselves and who been staying active outside of the ring. But all in all, I can't wait to see this fight, and it's crazy because if this fight do happen, it's going to take place at 140 pounds. We know that Frank Martin has moved up to 140. Edwin De Los Santos, he is a big 135 pounder, so he'll fit right into 140 very well too, if you ask me. So man, this one of them fights, right? And whoever come out victorious in this fight, and depending on the performance they put on, they gonna make some noise at 140 pound division that's already stacked. 140 is already stacked, so I'm looking forward to seeing this fight, man. Real talk. It just all gonna depend on who been taking care of themselves outside of that ring, who been staying disciplined outside of that ring. To me, if you look at both fighters, right, at their best, Edwin De Los Santos clearly is the better fighter. Now, I know a lot of people ain't gonna want to admit that because, you know, it's a whole bunch of meat mushers, and y'all know what fan base I'm talking about. And anytime y'all favorite fighter fights somebody, you want to try to put him on a high pedestal, make him like they the second best fighter in the whole entire planet because he fought your favorite fighter. But if you look at Edwin De Los Santos' performances, and you look at Frank Martin's performances, and you look at just the overall skill set, Edwin De Los Santos is a much better skill set fighter, and he's much more dangerous than Frank Martin. That's my opinion. You know, hopefully this comes to fruition. Hopefully we get to see this fight go down this May. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we get to see it go down, man. Yeah. They both need to be back in the ring. They both need an opponent. So it makes sense to me. Make all the sense in the world. Real talk. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this fight. Who y'all got winning this fight? Do you got Edwin De Los Santos coming through with the W after a long layoff? Or do y'all got Frank Martin pulling it off? Let me know how y'all feel. Drop a comment in the comment section. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.
I ride. Got the top let down, leaning to the right with the bass up loud. I slide, glide, choking on that lead.
2 miles per hour, so everybody sees you.
Ride. Got the top let down, leaning to the right with the bass up loud. I slide, glide, choking on that lead.
2 miles per hour, so everybody sees you.
You see the European grill, so the lips gliss. Tank full of Theraflu, cause I be in them sick whips. Brick slip, roll with me, catch a contact. High definition, popping, flipping.